Good morning from India Soul family. It's such a delight again to join you for a reading. And we are still feeling in the full moon energies, and the way I generally experience the moon energies when it is amplified. It is like I get a little disconnected from the physical world. Like I like to travel in the mental, the imaginary, the astral planes, reach out my feelers into the void to see what magic is stirring, what changes are transpiring. Oh, my cats are fighting. So I don't know if that's a sign. Like there may have been a lot of inner conflict also that brought up by this full moon. Where did this shine light on our shadows? What did it bring up to show us? So let's pull some cards and see what came up during this full moon, what kind of conflicts that we are dealing with. There is a lot of buzz, there is a lot of activity, there's a lot of thoughts and scenarios. There is excitement, but there is also a lot of fear and stagnancy. Okay. We have a lot of cards today, and the deck wanted to start with a good news, and the first card we have is the Ace of Wands. So the Ace of Wands is again a passionate new beginning. So all this inner conflict, this resistance that you're feeling right now, it's coming up due to the new direction and the new choices that you're making. So this is like the law of the physical plane, like in physics or even in reality in life. When you change direction, when you change speed, there would be always some resistance, whether you are speeding up, which you are doing right now. You are speeding up. Time may also feel a lot moving a lot fast for you, like days and hours are going by and you are having trouble to keep track, catch up. You might feel that there's a lot to do and you are overwhelmed. So if you are feeling like that, I would ask you to go out in nature and ground. It helps us to anchor our energy into the physical plane and get back into reality, get back into being connected with the physical reality. That's what I did today as well. Like every day I go out to ground, I touch the earth with my bare hands and bare feet, touch trees. That really helps. So I'm feeling a lot of ungrounded energies this full moon within me and in the collective. So if this is also something that you have been feeling, grounding out in nature, and if you do not have access to a green patch of earth where you can go and stand barefoot or touch plants and natural things like that, if you have a flower pot in your house or your pet that you can spend time with, hold, that would be really beneficial. So that came out right away with the first card, that this passionate new change in your life and the change of speed and direction that you have recently chosen is bringing up a lot of resistance, which was highlighted with the current full moon shining upon us. So you are just experiencing an awakening and becoming aware of more patterns and things that are still holding you back, but these are just awareness and information for you to work with as you keep moving forward. This is not going to hold you back or stop in your track anymore. You are shining and you're already on that path. So let's look at the other cards. Four of Pentacles, the Moon, the Sun, wow, Wheel of Fortune, and Eight of Cups. These are such beautiful cards today. Okay, so we have a passionate new beginning of stability and success and celebration. Yeah, and harmonious. This is a well-oiled machine. This is a harmonious machine that is supporting you on your journey, on your path. But there is also a warning coming in, and it's saying that how are you putting limits or boundaries in the way abundance and blessings can flow to you, support and the resources that you need on your new journey can flow to you. Are you restricting the universe or yourself in some manner on how this works out for you? So that's something I would love you to go back and introspect on whenever you're receiving this message, because when you're connecting with this flow of abundance, of happiness, of creativity, of joy, of expansion, it reaches towards you from a lot of direction. And sometimes in our own limited egoistical thinking, in our own limited perception of how life is, how life works, what may or may not happen next, we limit ourselves, we limit our access to different opportunities. We don't go looking, we do not become curious enough. So be more curious, like how can you receive more? How can you bring more structure, balance, harmony, flow into your physical space, into how your different aspects of physical life, it could be health, your wealth, your mental well-being, your relationship, your business, your home, your family, your hobbies, your creative outlet, anything that and anyhow you interact and experience your physical life needs to work together to create a holistic experience. I can sense that today the reading is going a little long, but it's a Sunday, so you can stay with me, and it's a full moon, you need this message, so stay with me for this reading. So yeah, so be curious about if you are limiting yourself somehow, and be open to appreciate all the different kinds of abundance and blessings that you already have in life. And gratitude keeps the universe moving. It's the lubricant of manifestation process. It's the lubricant of our attraction, our magnetism. When you are attracting and embodying, and you do that with gratitude, you make the process much smoother. So how can you get curious and grateful about the abundance that you are already experiencing? It could be that you have a lot of time on your hands. It could be that you have good friends. It could be you have access to good organic food. It could be that you live in a beautiful location with a lot of beautiful scenery that many people do not have access to. It could be you have access to clean and free water all the time, and many people do not have that. And we can take things for granted, but when we start feeling grateful for these little things that are already there in our lives, it shifts our vibration, it shifts our reality, it raises our vibration, changes our mood, changes how we show up with everything, how we interact with other people, and therefore we make a different choices when we are in the vibration of gratitude. We come from a different energy, and that is what creates magic in our life. So there was a lot for the first two cards. There's a lot of shifts in energy. There's a lot of changes that we are going through, a lot of realization, a lot of stabilizing also. There are things that you are recognizing as stable, as supportive, as important pillars of your new life, and you are honoring them, you are building them stronger and higher, while but that being too much focused on all that can still limit you from receiving other forms of abundance, or being grateful and acknowledging other forms of abundance and things that are actually working out for you. So especially if you are feeling, let's discuss this card, because this is also what's coming up. So so this is basically the change that we are shifting into, and 8 of Cups came up last week as well. So I think the collective is still feeling in between these two worlds. One that is a hopelessness, there is a sense of void and emptiness and being broken and shattered and in pieces, basically being in pieces and scattered a little all over. Do not know where to begin, do not know where to start from, which pieces to pick up and join together first, because you are venturing into a new paradigm, into a new chapter of your life, into uncharted territories. So there is a lot of confusion and therefore a lot of doubts. But one thing is clear, one thing is absolutely clear, that you do not want to stay where you are right now. Where you are right now, or where you have been so far, it reach to a point where you started feeling so empty, so hopeless, so down, so that this situation, wherever you have outgrown your box, basically you have outgrown your environment, and there needs to be a shift in your environment to experience the divine spark that is within you. If you are unable to connect to the divinity, to the spark, to the creativity, to the enthusiasm, to the passion, that is the energy that is always available within you, if you are unable to do that, then your environment is suffocating you, and that's why you are feeling so stuck, stagnant, afraid, doubtful, lethargic. So even look around, what is holding you back, what is tying you down, what is causing you think and entertain and feel limiting thoughts and emotions, and act in a way that keeps you in those limiting cycles, right? Now let's talk about the good part. That was a lot of like what we're dealing with, what's coming up. Now let's talk about the good part. Now we all have the major arcanas that came up to show themselves to us today. First we have the moon, and we have the sun and the wheel of fortune. We can come to the wheel of fortune later, but let's look and marvel and appreciate this combination, this beautiful card. This definitely signifies a current full moon that we are experiencing. So there is a lot of illumination in our life, lot of clarity, and this is not only shining out our shadows and where we need work and what needs to change in our perspective and how we are showing up and relating to different stuff, but also where we are already powerful, where we are already succeeding, where we are already experiencing healing and sharing our medicine, where we are transforming into power. And there is a lot of raw power that is emerging. So there could be instances of sudden outburst of passionate energy. So the next few days could be a time period of erratic energy. You can feel highs and lows abruptly. That could be a normal part of the process while your energy is recalibrating to meet the higher vibration that you have started to now embody. So the next few days you can feel some erratic energies. Use the sudden burst of good, positive, enthusiastic, motivating energy to put them into the projects that you have been working into, put it into some creative outlet, get some work done. You tap into that energy whenever you get it and push yourself forward on your journey. Take a few inspired actions to keep aligned, to keep working. And when you feel that bouts of doubt and low energy, sit with it. Know that you are going through a transformative process, a change, a big shift. The wheel of fortune is turning, the tides are turning, and this time they are turning in your favor for all the hard work that you have done so far. So this is a very powerful change that we are going through today. Let me tune in and see if some other messages is coming up before I wrap up and close the reading. Okay, so but I'm also seeing that you need to tap into your intuition, tap into the magic and the ethereal side of yourself, the esoteric side of yourself, the part that connects to the intelligence and the benevolence and the magic of the universe. And that's where you will start to make connections of how your life is unfolding, how these next steps and the situations arising in your life right now, and they can be abrupt, they can appear out of nowhere, and they can sometimes, overwhelm you, knock you off your feet, like shock you. So there could be a lot of shock happening and surprise of how things are playing out right now. But if you drop into your pace of calmness, to your connection to the source, and look at it with your inner eye, with the eye of your mind, with a clear intuition and discernment, you will start to recognize how everything is working in perfect order, in perfect harmony, to favor your growth, to favor your evolution, to favor the transformation that you are going through. Overall, it's a very good time. It's a very intense time. You are being shifted to a higher vibration, a higher version of yourself, and this is a time to be rejoicing, to be celebrating your victories. But you could be feeling exhausted, you could be feeling worn out and drained and troubled because you're still kind of in between stuff. You are still going through that motion and the wheel is still turning. It has tipped over to the new phase, to the new track, but it's still turning, and you kind of feel seasick, motion sick, kind of disoriented right now. So take care of yourself. Know that you're going through an important process. At times when you feel like you cannot make sense of this, or it is scaring you, or you feel hopeless and confused and lost, just sit with it and feel into your heart. Try to stop the chatter of the mind. Go into a meditative space, a meditative state. Stare into a candle if you have trouble with meditation. Generally, just staring into a candle or a dot in the wall or a picture can help you center your mind and connect to your heart and your feelings. And when you feel into that moment, and you have calmed your mind, I promise you, you will feel the beautiful connection, the assurance, the love that the universe and your spirit team has for you, and the guidance that they are giving you, and the support they are showering on you on your path and telling you to keep moving forward. So there's that. And of course, whenever you feel that sudden burst of energy, of enthusiasm, use that to keep working on your goals, on your dreams, and before you know, things will start showing up in our lives. So this week can be a little tumultuous, a little shaky, and you may feel that you are still in a treacherous trail where you have you're at risk and stuff like that, but keep steady, keep moving, and you are going to reach the other side before you know it. So best of luck this week, and I love you, and a happy ascension. Get back to me, connect back with your questions or what you are going through. If you need some help, some insights, I'm here for you. Let's do this together. Love you. Bye.